Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One and welcome to Boots on the Ground. Our small business of the day is a small company that sells products on Amazon, and they have said they would be glad to donate $1 for each item they sell. He sent me a couple samples. They're really not prepping items. One is this organizer, which is pretty cool. You can put it on the wall, and then he has a canister set and a bath pillow. So he said everyone that sells, he will be glad to donate $1 to the pantry. So that's why I've included him today. Hopefully we can raise some money. They make great Christmas gifts, but they're really not prepping items. But let's get right into Boots on the Ground. North Augusta, South Carolina. Publix, head of lettuce was $1, now $3. They said that's a lot more inflation than the bogus 8.2 the government is claiming. This person sent it in from Cascade Natural Gas resident. 25% rate hike for you guys using that natural gas. This person stays at Red Roof Inn, I guess a lot, because they know the soap size. But the soap size that you get at the hotel was 1 ounce. It was reduced to 0.8 ounces. And the shampoo used to be 1 ounce. Now it is 0.75, so more shrinkflation. This guy said the high mileage 5W20 is $31 a gallon at a small town in South Georgia, O'Reilly Auto Parts today. He said, incredible. Contact lenses, they sent me the actual memo from the company. Basically, there is going to be a contact lens shortage. Actually, it's occurring now. There's a 2 to 6 week delay on the common ones, and then if you need a specialized contact lens, it's even longer than that. Also, Russia warned that civilian satellites in space could be legitimate targets if they're helping Ukraine. This person bought a pack of chicken at Walmart, and it's in Kentucky. It says date on it, good till 29th of October. I went to make dinner, and I opened it up, and a smell almost knocked me over. I called Walmart, and they said just bring in the receipt and throw the chicken away. I was surprised by the response. No questions even about what type of chicken or brand. It looked perfectly fine through the package. There was not a big selection to begin with, so now I'm gun shy, but they are going to get their money back. This person went to Walmart in Ohio to get gas, and they were completely out except one pump of the premium grade. This was the second time this month. I'm getting more and more, I'm not including all of them, but a lot more people are seeing pumps that are empty of fuel. It is definitely increasing. Word to the wise, the butter shortage is here. It usually runs $2.49 at Aldi's for 4 sticks in 1 box. Usually at holidays it drops to $1.99. But now the price is $3 and going up. They actually went back again and it's $4. So butter shortage is here, and that's why the prices are going higher and higher. This is whole turkeys, 98 cents a pound at Walmart in Mountain Grove. I think that was Missouri. They said the peanut butter is restocked and peanut butter powder is in stock, but butter is sky high and heavy cream even higher. This is a very large mulch business near this person. I guess they're near the Tennessee River, or they use the Tennessee River to ship it. And the barge prices have gone sky high. I guess another $12,000 increase. So this is definitely affecting a lot of people that relies on either the Mississippi or any barge traveling in the United States. I've been to 3 to 4 different Walmarts in the Charleston, South Carolina area in the last week. Each store had an abundance of holiday candy still in stock. It looks like no one is buying candy this year, and it's only a few days until October 31st. I was at my local Shoppers Mart in Nova Scotia this morning. There was a long line to pay. The clerk said that the credit and debit card was down and only could take cash. I was the only one that had enough cash to pay for my items. Seems to be a lot of these crashes lately with the financial system. People should have some cash with them and some at home. If these systems were down in an extended period, you would not be able to get anything if you did not have the cash. We depend on plastic too much. I try to tell people about this, and they say this will never happen here, and I was just being paranoid. The U.S. military changed their policy, basically in a nutshell, will no longer rule out using nukes against non-nuclear threats. This is from a Walmart. All 3 aisles on both sides, frozen cases are completely empty, or maybe have a single package here and there. No vegetables, potatoes, frozen meals, frozen fruits, etc. There was some frozen cakes and desserts and ice cream, but that's about it. It's been like this for more than 2 weeks. This is a big super Walmart on the border of Vermont and New Hampshire, and gets shoppers from both states because of no sales tax in New Hampshire. A friend's son is a boss of a plant, and I just told the plant is going to shut down due to the lack of fuel. Barges can't move on the river. A lot of problems. When you get one little problem, it just cascades through many companies. I live in Washington, D.C. area. I went to Safeway grocery store last week as I was waiting for someone in the bakery department. A woman on a scooter stopped me and asked if I could help her. When I asked her how, she pointed to the food in her basket and said she didn't need to get everything, but most of what was in her basket. I was kind of stunned. I noticed a woman, so basically she wanted money to pay for the groceries. I noticed the woman as I walked into the store, as I tried to pay attention to my surroundings, not sure what the expression was on my face as I responded, but I'm sure that was my expression. You would like me to pay for your groceries, and responding with yes. What did you think I wanted? I told her I thought that she needed help with getting something off a shelf as she was riding on a scooter. She said no. I'm not from here. I'm visiting my niece. Who just had a baby. I need help with my groceries, in an aggressive tone. At this point, I could see that she was eyeing my jewelry and figuring I was her mark. Just as I saw her as I was coming into the store, she must have pegged me as well. Because of her tone and attitude, as if I owed her something, I kindly told her that I could not purchase her food and walked away. If she had something other than all the meat in her basket, I may have been able to help her. But I'm a fixed income and I don't eat meat myself. When I was waiting in line to pay for my items, I saw the woman again, this time standing in line, not on a scooter, with her niece, a baby, and a young man, all sneering at me from another line. I no longer wear jewelry when I go to the grocery store. This is what life has come to. Yes, no jewelry, and make sure you keep total control of your purse. I'm getting a lot of people saying purse snatching is way up. And always, if you can help it, go with a battle buddy, go with a friend. No vinegar in Mountain Grove, I think it's Missouri, except a Bragg vinegar at Walmart for $22 a gallon, and only 2 of those. No other stores has any either. So if you're needing vinegar, you might want to grab some. This is from another person. A couple of days, the person went to Walmart around lunchtime picking up a few items. When I rounded the end cap, I noticed a scruffy-looking woman standing there. And I went by and headed down the next aisle when I felt someone coming up behind me. I carry a firearm in my purse, so I'll always keep it around my shoulders and in front of me just in case. Turning, I saw a lady reaching for my purse strap when I said loudly, "Excuse me." She had a brief look of embarrassment and then muttered something and hurried off. I didn't bother reporting this to the store because it's my experience. They just don't want to get involved. Been warning others about what is happening and telling them to always go with a friend, even if it's in the day. I reiterate that, please. You don't want to become a victim. This person said this month's electric bill jumped by over $200. It was just shy of $300, and now it's about $500 for 1 month. And this is just for me and my husband. We know an increase was coming and started cutting back a couple months ago. We live in a Texas panhandler about an hour away from, she lives in Texas. And we are still having fairly warm weather with cooler days or 2. We have a 3,300 square foot house with all the electric, with 2 heat pumps, a water well, a couple of freezers, and a refrigerator. When it was so warm, I bumped our thermostat up to 78 during the day and 70 at night. It's cool enough, we don't need AC now, but I have the heat set at 65 for the night and may bump it down a couple more degrees. I have started cooking more on my camp propane oven out on our covered deck, and will continue to do so. I also have a clothes dryer set up to dry clothes. Today, I'm even putting some plastic on most of the windows to help with any drafts, closing the ceiling vents in rooms we don't use, and putting roll-up towels or sheets at the bottom of doors. We just purchased a quart of wood and 500-gallon propane tank, plus a generator that runs on propane or natural gas. Thankfully, we have backup options if needed, but my heart hurts for those who are unable to prepare or have cut back as much as they can and still can't make ends meet. I'm in the process of making up some blessing boxes, and we'll be getting some names from our church of people who can use them. So I appreciate that lady. Just look for something you can do. If you can afford it, look for people hurting. I read, I think it's 65% of people now are living paycheck to paycheck. So 2 out of 3 people couldn't really handle a large emergency. I think one of the reports was most people couldn't even cover a $400 expense. This person stopped by my local Walmart to buy some coin-sized batteries. So it must be those small ones. Rack price was $10.24 for 4 and went to scan out, and the pack scan $11.99. I brought this to the attention of the Walmart worker, and she told me it must have been on the wrong rack. I immediately left out of the checkout line and walked back to the battery section and pulled the small rack off the shelf and brought it to the worker at the checkout area. She did change the price down to the display price. We must be watching out for wrong pricing. I got hit with wrong pricing the other day. I bought a couple thermometers, and they were $1 something more. I live in the country, but not far from the state capital. Crime is spreading here, and this is in North Carolina. There are daily news reports of schools getting locked down across our state. There's teacher shortages, bus driver shortages, local churches and businesses being vandalized. Just yesterday, a teen took a man's gun from him in the local grocery store parking lot. People are just out of control. And I'm about to the point I don't want to go out anywhere alone, and don't go out alone. However, I did recently travel to the mountains on I-40, and there was a lot of trucks, a lot of traffic. Business was booming in the mountains. It was beautiful. Keep on praying and preparing. And that's from North Carolina. Last night, my mother-in-law took a fall and had a nasty wound to her forehead, nose, lips, hands, and knees. I took her to the ER, and the doctor and the staff told us they didn't have enough beds. Luckily, they were able to scan and did some x-rays, and everything came back normal. But after that, she had to be treated for her wounds in the lobby because there was no room for her. We were the only people there at that time. This person made some phone calls to, I guess, the governor's office of Pennsylvania, trying to figure out why there's a shortage of coal. And basically, it came back that because of the Ukraine-Russia problem, they are sending a lot of this coal overseas, selling it to Europe to fill their coal needs. But it's messing up the U.S. market, making a lot of people in the U.S. pay a lot more. So yes, the Ukraine-Russia war is costing everyone. I've been paying $460 for 2,500 pound pallet delivered. Now it is $636, and the pallet size has been cut to 2,300 pounds. So if you're needing coal, get your coal for the whole year now if you can. I went to my doctor with a respiratory illness. He called in a prescription for an inhaler, which had to be ordered by CVS because the pharmacy said they were flying off the shelves. They had to wait for 2 days to get an inhaler. When you have a respiratory problem, you need your inhaler immediately. So the medical field, and when I give these problems and complaints, I am not blaming the individual nurses, doctors, and all the technical aides that are out there. A lot of it was caused by, if you didn't have this, they fired you, and that's the bottom line. So really, it's an induced problem that we could solve very quickly. This person also went out to eat, and they got 2 cod dinners and a drink, and it was $40. And they said that was outrageous. We could have went to a fish camp and paid less. So a lot of people are getting sticker shocks when they go out and getting the bill from the restaurants. This is from Minnesota, right in the middle of the state. A good friend owns an auto dealership and told me about a rock star, and that rock star being a mechanic. He was in his early 20s, a young man who just got hired from trade school. After less than 2 months, he quit. He told my friend he didn't realize how tough it would be because in school, you don't have a real customer, and working for a dealership meant you need to hustle and get the job done. He also said the tires are too heavy. My friend was telling me this is an example of how tender the workforce is and how they can't keep good workers or employees. He also told me how a good mechanic can make $100,000 a year if they keep their nose to the grindstone. So, yes, mechanic work is not glamorous, but you can provide a good living for your family. This person is MK, this is our resident reporter from Australia. MK said a liter of milk is now $4. That'd be Australian money. And sausage is $9 for 6 sausages. And basically, prices are going up in Australia as fast as they are going up here. This person said, I'm writing to give you an update about a diesel shortage that will affect Walmart stores. Please don't give out the name of the shipping company. A family member works for this shipping company that delivers to Walmart stores. I'm not even going to tell you where, but they're up north. The employees were told today that they only have enough diesel for 7 days, and they don't know when or if they will get more in stock. The employees are now very worried about layoffs or being fired. If this company, the delivery company, runs out of diesel, they will not be able to deliver truckloads of goods, both fresh and frozen foods and other types of goods across 3 states. So hopefully they can solve this diesel problem. This person says, I've been looking for heavy cream for the last several weeks. Kroger's in Arkansas has been out every time I've looked. Yesterday, I found some in my local grocery store. It was $11 for a quart. I bought 2 quarts because I know we will be using it for Thanksgiving. That is crazy expensive. When I checked out, the cashier was also shocked at the price. So was I, but we are planning on having our normal holiday meal. It just won't be the normal price. This person says, I work at a company that sells items to the government and online to the public. Our catalog is several million items, and we buy from several major distributors and manufacturers. We sell almost everything you or anyone buys from A to Z. We have seen quarterly price increase throughout 2022, whereas before 2020, we would get a price increase one for the whole year. Each quarter, several 100,000 items are increased in price and wholesale costs. Raw materials have caused follow-on supply chain delays. For example, shortages in aluminum have caused huge spray can paint shortages. They can't get the cans to put the paint in. Some items like AEDs need chips from overseas. So life-saving equipment are not getting made and orders fulfilled. So some manufacturers are dead in the waters, while others are needlessly increasing prices because they can't get away. While others are needlessly increasing prices because they can get away with it. For most part, nothing of value will ever be cheaper than it is now. Buy what you need now, especially if it has a chip in it. This person says, but some facts for encouragement. It may not feel like it all the time, but as Americans, you likely have a better living standard than most of the world. Things are going to get worse, but they will be much worse elsewhere. Stock up now, but don't let the media or the state of the world get you down. Just keep prepping. You may balk at the eggs being out when you go to the store, but keep in mind billions of people have never gone to a store. If you're an American, you're still in a great position to survive the coming hard times that most people won't see until their stomach starts to growl and they can't get food from the store. You are doubly blessed because you are seeing this video, so at least you have fair warning. This person's in Alabama. We pay a pretty fair price for natural gas compared to some of the horror stories I hear. We're on a levelized bill plan, and it's been $50 per month for a long time. However, this month it went up to $85. So if you're on a fixed income, that $35 is a huge increase. I think that's close to 70%. This person says they bought some organic blackberries, and the exact next day they were moldy on top. And they went to find out that the store is rinsing the mold off so they can get the item sold. So be careful. That might be one reason why things go bad so quickly. Nobody wants to throw anything away. Please continue to advise your viewers to keep their wits about them. People are losing their minds and becoming desperate. Your subscribers report a day or two ago was spot on. Our South Central Kentucky gas is up $3.33 and diesel was $5.15. Why is there a huge spread between the gas and the diesel? They also provided a lengthy report about costs, and they compared their receipts that they saved. We did some math last week off old receipts. Inflation is ranging, and these are items that people buy, 13% to 94%. and they did a great job giving me all the details. I won't get it, but inflation is up. So if you're out there, don't get discouraged. Just continue prepping.